Beware of Mr. Creepers. Well, that's all I need to know. We can turn around and go home now. We're not dealing with anything called Mr. Creepers. No. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the Wee Hours here, back with some more Epic Tavern, where I see we are alarmingly low on cheese bread. That will not do. Give me 3 cheese breads, please. Let's keep the cheese bread flowing. I don't actually know that it flows. It's bread. It's probably just sort of falls and lies on the ground. Anyway, let's level some people up here. Who's up first? Ursel, I grossly underestimated you when I hired you. I really did. You're about the only person who can talk to people in this game, so I'm going to keep that ticking up a little. But I'm also going to boost your combat expertise up for no other reason than you're so good at chatting to people. I may as well flesh you out a little bit here. That was it for level ups. Okay, I want to just make sure we don't have any new gear that I need to be aware of. Any different weapons? No, not so much just the hammers there. We've got the old man mask that we've taken off. Vestments, shields, nope, nothing really kicking around there. We do have quite a lot of extra accessories, but everyone's got something vaguely appropriate to them. So I guess it's just time to start serving some drinks around here. Have another Lignog. Call me in the morning. And Gina over here has a quest for us. What have you got here? Should the heroes attempt to destroy the Mad Tinker's hammer or recover it intact? Putting the hammer down, well, that's obviously going to destroy the thing. We'll get some XP and some rep. Under the hammer, we get exactly the same thing. I think we'll probably go ahead and destroy the hammer. What with the insane toys coming to life and trying to murder people, I think that would be a fair judgment there. So that's what we're going to do. Putting the hammer down, level 7, we'll probably go ahead and pick that right off. That certainly sounds like that's the end of that quest. Oh, Bengar, you can have whatever you want around here. And no surprise, Gina wants to be welcomed to the Mulligan. Well, welcome. What you got going on? What's your deal here? A little bit of combat, a little bit of mind, a little bit of survival. You're actually not that bad. You're not completely terrible. I don't have any open positions right now, but I appreciate you coming by. And Gujarik has a quest. Jug of Grog. One patron is grumbling about a lack of drink choices. Yeah, you and me both. Merchant Orc pops his head in. Sounds like the tavern needs a new drink. I've got some orcish grog stored away. I may or may not be interested in that. We'll certainly think about it. Bengar, that's your second drink of the morning here. Remember, we've got to go questing later. Well, that will do it for business at the Mulligan today. Let's go ahead and see if we can close out Tinker's Dam. Let's do putting the hammer down. Primarily combat. Oh, Bengar, could you come to the front desk, please? Thank you. Now, this is going to be the end of the quest. I'm probably going to want to bring some A-team members on here. Ursel, now that you're kind of part of the A-team, why don't you join on in? And who's vaguely good at mind stuff? Murgle, you're not completely terrible there. You're a little infected and lightly wounded, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. It's going to be absolutely fine. And let's bring somebody low level along for some XP. Brantham, you're not my favorite. I'm probably going to fire you, but you can come along anyway. All right, now what? Now what do we want to do? New drink on the menu? Maybe not. Chapter 1. Got any late game chapters? No, pretty much all this. Sewer trouble. Okay. Losing the Red Shirt Brigade to an ambush. Oh, that one again. We're going back to the Fantastical Crimes Unit. That'll probably just be a chit-chatty kind of thing, I imagine. Can anyone without Ursel kind of hold their own? Cranston, right, the new guy. You're not completely terrible at that. And, Catrus, you're a good all-rounder. Why don't you come in for that? Zigzag, yeah, sure, why not? And again, let's bring on someone lower level. Elaine, you're kind of plugging along there. We'll do that, and then, what's Ant misbehaving? Oh, more giant bugs. Right, yeah. Let's go Murder Most Foul, because that looks like it'll give us a thing for the Mulligan, so definitely that. Mind, not our strongest suit, but Bartholomew, you can come in on that. And who else feels the need to tag along? I think it's actually just literally everybody else at this point. So yeah, all of you guys, get in there. Let's go forth. So in cold mud first, off we go. Feels a little weird going through a dead guy's stuff, General says. True, Grunson says with a shrug, but dibs on the poofy chef hat. I've always wanted one of those. Haven't we all? Are we just hanging out at the Mulligan for this? Because this'll be really, really easy. Oh, Bartholomew, are you having an off day? I'm sorry, are you feeling okay? Beneath the mattress, the heroes find a love letter from a woman named Nari, warning that her husband, Gorn Fleshcleaver, has a violent temper. Gorn is the butcher in Millston, an enormous half-orc. Oh, good. And a brooch? Anyway, we got a thing to pin on our chest of dazzling lights, you say. Are we done? Yeah, we're done. Okay. Quickest quest ever. Not quite. I think we've actually done ones quicker than that. But we got a thing, so that's good. I'm glad I didn't really have a lot of A-team folk on that. That'll be good for general. Boost up the XP. After the ambush is next, so that's back to the Fantastical Crimes unit. Kind of check in and say, whoops, sorry about getting all your guys killed. I'm telling you, that whole mission was a setup, Cranston grumbles. I'm not actually sure any of you were on that mission. That was mostly Bengar. But, sure, chit-chat about it. Trudge along towards the Fantastical Crimes Unit headquarters. You can't tell me the entire Thieves Guild just happened to be in the sewers waiting for us. I'll tell you one thing. If I get another crack at that wolf, I'm taking his head for my wall. And we're just kind of going up the street. This shouldn't take too long. Catris tries to haggle with a merchant. Yeah, haggling is not really our strongest point here, but we've managed to do it and get a small discount on the food. Are we just swinging in the doors of the FCU here? Yeah, we totally are. Good day, Inspector Marshal and guests. The Harpy receptionist greets the party as they arrive at FCU headquarters. She flies over to an enormous set of double doors and hauls one open with a furious bit of fluttering. Commander Stonemaw is expecting you. The massive orc commander, Daria Stonemaw, rises to greet the heroes as they enter her office. We were betrayed from within, she grumbles. The agent who lured us into that trap has fled and will need your help finding her. But first tell me everything that happened in the sewers. Yeah, I'm not actually sure any of these people were there. I kind of have a rotating cast of characters. You may have popped your head into the Mulligan and seen that. Yeah, this could be going better. Oh, thank you, Catris. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate your chipping in there. The heroes debrief Commander Stonemaw on the ambush and the disturbing revelation that the Thieves' Den seems to be entirely composed of lycanthropes, with the werebear Burkhart as bouncer and wererats as foot soldiers. Only the identity of the giant werewolf remains a mystery. Is it Elaine? Please say yes, that would be very exciting, and make Elaine much more interesting. The heroes are rewarded for their efforts and cleared of blame for the death of the Red Shirt Brigade agents. Get a loot chest out of that. Okay, well that's cool. We'll just hobble back to the Mulligan then. The party turns a corner and finds themselves in the middle of the Miss Tassul Bayor beauty contest. Oh, Zigzag gets that. For the hat alone. Since they are outsiders and objective, we are neither outsiders nor objective. Outsiders, no. We are actually down the street. You can see the Mulligan from here. And we're certainly not objective. At least I'm not. But let's judge a beauty contest. That seems a perfectly appropriate thing to be asking our heroes to do. Cranston, good job judging physical attraction, I guess? After careful consideration, the heroes decide the whole thing is kind of silly. Good job, Cranston. Yeah, I was on board with you on that. Yeah, and just pick the winner's name out of a hat. For some reason, everyone is happy with this. But before we get into the Mulligan, we're doing the dancing and singing contest again. Our crew is actually generally very good at that. Murgle is excellent at dancing. After a few hours of singing and dancing, the party comes away with 25 gold. I will not say no to 25 gold ever. And we're back. All right, let's go do the smashing the hammer thing. Ooh, but in that epic chest, we got a thing. We got Oblivion. I hope it's a thing. I hope it's just sort of not a statement on the Mulligan as a whole. Cool. Well done, team. You can all have an even split out of that. Oh, I wasn't expecting to get a thing. It was an epic loot chest, though. All right, Mad Tinker's Hammer. Here we go. Let's go deal with this nonsense. Oh, is it up the street? No, it's not up the street. I think it's pretty far away. We might not even make it there this night. Taking refuge under a convenient rock overhang as rain begins to pour down, party decides to make a fire to keep warm. Ursel curses when he realized he must have dropped his flint somewhere. So we're looking for a lighter. That's really what we're doing here. We're just going to see if we can find fire. Bengar found some fire. No matter, declares Ursel with a determined gleam in his eye. He deftly manipulates small twigs and other scavenged materials, and his amused Murgle looks on. Yeah, Murgle, you are actually a fire mage. You're actually a fire mage. Yeah, you ignite the blaze with a flick of her finger. It just don't tease Ursel, Murgle. Nobody likes that. The Friendship Festival again. All right, are we best friends yet again? We're usually best friends. Yeah, we're totally best friends. Heroes work together, making a few mistakes here and there through the various swinging metal blades and crushing boulders. They finish the gauntlet first and win the prize money. How much was the prize money? Ooh, a common loot chest. Okay, well, that'll be some gold anyway. 2 bloody soldiers drag a wounded comrade down the road with several giant wasps in close pursuit. It's always the bugs in this area. Keep moving, we've got you covered. Yeah, Bengar's got you covered, basically. Actually, everyone's doing great on this. Yeah, no problem with giant wasps there. We are very good with giant wasps. Heroes cut down the winged atrocities and rescue the soldiers who continue on their way to Valridge. And to spread word of the heroes, your reputation with Valridge has increased. Has it really? Do we have a rep in this game? Do we have a reputation system? I didn't think we did that. I think I just actually got some XP there. Large crack splits the road ahead, creating a gap 10 feet across. Branthorn cackles and breaks into a sprint. Yeah, Branthorn, you know you're a dwarf, right? Long-distance jumping is not the known strong point of dwarves. Last one across is a bug lover. Yeah, you failed, Branthorn. Have you not seen the 2 towers, Branthorn? You guys are not good at long-distance jumping. Murgle, who is also not good at long-distance jumping, at least did better than you. Yeah, we do not have any survival-y people on this. Thank you, Bengar. Bengar, you're just the best. Branthorn leaps across the gap. No, he didn't. Followed immediately by the others. Yes, they did. The adventurers land in a jumbled pile of limbs. I'm leaving out this part when I recap the story for the bards. Oh, I think we might just make it to the tinker's shop. Oh, an enormous winged bug. Again. All right, yes, go kill more bugs. I can't help but feel we've basically dealt with all the bugs in this area. Murgle grabs the diplomat's leg and yanks him away from the giant bug. Yeah, you better run, Ursel yells as it flies away in search of easier prey. Yeah, easier than Bengar anyway. All right, here we go. A crude sign on the side of the road reads, "Beware of Mr. Creepers." Well, that's all I need to know. We can turn around and go home now. We're not dealing with anything called Mr. Creepers. No. This seems as good a spot as any to set up camp, Ursel says. Okay, Ursel, I just did that whole thing where I was kind of pumping you up and telling you how good you are, and we're going to camp here. Dumping his backpack on the ground, Murgle seems less convinced, and that is where we're going to make camp for the night. Now, somewhere along the way, General got infected and moderately wounded, so I'm going to check General, that is not your character portrait, into the infirmary. Shouldn't take too long to get out of there. Anything that I'm desperately missing? Yeah, actually, lots of stuff, as usual. All right, so house wine, we're fine. Barbecue rat, no, that's all fine. Margaritas, we're going to sell out of those today, aren't we? Netherling Nogs, we're going to sell out of those. Scorpion shots, we always sell out of those, although I think a couple just came in. All right, well, we're just going to have to make do with what we've got. No level ups, really? Okay, Elaine, what do you want to talk to me about? I don't know what your story is anymore. It takes you a very, very long time to tell a story. I have a knack for construction, which actually saved our village once. Okay, sure. Great, good. Let's just serve some drinks then. Now, Norman the Thief turned us on to scene of the crime. The love letter found in Hans's room suggests the culprit could be Milston's half-orc butcher, so the next part of that quest... Oh, and Brayson, what's your deal? You know of a problem that needs solving. Nighty-night. Fantastical Crimes Unit Commander Darius Stonemaw trudges into the tavern. 3 senior agents died in their sleep this week. Well, you sound like you run a terrible department then. Each found with their faces contorted into a rictus of agony. I fear the undermarket has acquired the circlet of the Dreamwalker. Oh, can I have it? I like things. Can I have that when I'm done? They'll be coming for me next, and I don't know how much longer I can stay awake. Speaking of things... What was the Oblivion thing? Not even actually sure what that counted as. Not this, apparently. Okay, so it's not... Was it an armor? I feel No, it's not there. I definitely got a thing. I'm just not... Oh, there it is. Melee weapons up 3, and Arcane Insight up 1. Oh, I like that. That's good. Cranston. Yeah, you should totally have that because your weapon is pretty much garbage. Oh, wait, are you out? You might... Oh, no, you're not out. You're fine. You're fine. Have Oblivion. I know you're brand new and you don't really deserve that, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. And Juana Roy wants to be welcome to the Mulligan. You have a tiny tick of melee. And actually, I mean, you're not super terrible. You've got some good mind skills. You're not completely terrible. It's just that we're not hiring right now. That's really what it is. I will keep your application on file. If something else pops up, I may or may not remember your name, in which case I may or may not, get back to you and let you know if you've got the job or not. And you probably don't, and you should probably find another bar. All right, let's go question. Well, I want to keep going on Murder Most Foul because, again, it gives us some sort of upgrade to the Mulligan, and I'm all about that. So, mind, you say, okay, Cranston, why don't you come in on that? And Catrus, again, good all-rounder. I don't want to put all of the sort of B team in there just because I want to go do the other quest for the Fantastical Crimes Unit. So Elaine and General, you're actually kind of injured. You know what? Come out anyway. Yeah, I know. Get out of the infirmary and come play with us. And then, Nighty Night. This is what I want to do. Nighty Night. Allegedly combat. Unfortunately, Bengar is otherwise engaged. So, Grunson, you can hold your own. I mean, you're no Bengar, but you can hold your own. Durgrim, why don't you come in on that? Bartholomew and Zigzag. Okay, off we go. So, off to do Nighty Night first. We're out of the Mulligan, and we've got a mother and daughter struggling to carry water from a nearby well. I don't think this is a challenge. I think we could just go ahead and, help them. Ooh, but Grunson gained a level in entertainment because he sung a haunting melody. Oh, what an odd thing to do, Grunson. But, good job on the whole, gaining a skill point thing. I like what you're doing with that. That part's nice. Commander Stonemaw leaves heavily on Flimflam as they walk. Her head dips, then snaps up suddenly, and she yells, "I'm awake! What? Oh, sorry, or am I already in the dream?" I think we're challenging ourselves to see if we can tell her whether or not she's dreaming. That's very, very esoteric, very strange thing to do. It's that whole man dreaming butterfly dreaming man thing. Still awake, Flimflam says. I definitely didn't fall asleep, and we're talking right now, so you're safe. I bet we're all asleep. I just go ahead and telegraph this one. I bet we're all asleep. Pushes a dagger into her thigh, drawing blood and rendering her wide awake. They pick up the pace. Okay, so she stabbed herself as an attempt to stay awake. Yay! Party arrives at the Fantastical Crimes Unit headquarters and are escorted into a black-domed room with every star in the night sky represented above them. They are ushered onto mats that are laid out with Commander Stonemaw in the center. Oh, nifty, it's nap time. I like nap time. Mystics enter, their features masked under hooded cloaks. Durgrim tosses Grunson a nervous look. I would too. This all seems very, very sketchy. Each of the mystics places one hand on Commander Stonemaw's head and the other one on one of the heroes. In a single voice, the mystics speak, "Beware, for death in the dream realm means death in this one as well." Stars above them spin faster and faster. We're all going to die now, aren't we? Heroes stagger as the ship's deck they find themselves on pitches in a raging storm. The orc Darius Stonemaw looks thoroughly out of place in a full tuxedo. Looking down, they find they're all dressed in identical fashion. At the aft of the boat, I don't know which end that is, an infinitely long table stretches out of sight, patrons packed in every seat. Great, we're waiters. This is actually a terrible dream. This is a nightmare. I don't want to do this. But we've done it anyway. At least Flimflam was very good at doing it. "Let me guess, you waited tables while at the academy," Flimflam says. "How'd you know?" Daria responds as lightning flashes and the deck pitches beneath them. The infinite assemblage of patrons scream out their orders at once, but the heroes ignore them. Leaving the furious patrons behind, the heroes begin searching the ship for the assassin. Stepping through the door to the captain's quarters, they find themselves in a butcher shop. Bright daylight streaming in through the picture windows. A familiar-looking young woman behind the counter smiles and gestures to a rusty meat grinder. "You're the meat, Durgrim. You've always been the meat." I have said that so many times, I'm almost getting tired of saying it. Ooh, alright, good thing we actually had Durgrim in on this one. Yeah, I kinda totally needed you to actually succeed, Grunson. Yes, I am the meat, Durgrim says hypnotically, feeding his left hand into the grinder while turning the crank with his right. Pain immediately snaps him out of the trance, and he struggles in vain to yank his mangled hand free. Is Durgrim injured? Yeah, Durgrim's seriously injured. Durgrim is super, super injured. Unable to pull his hand free from the grinder, Durgrim yells to his allies, "It's a dream. This isn't real." The butcher, undermarket assassin Ariel Nightbloom leaps over the counter with a giant cleaver in hand. Well, you're half right. Nice heroic there, Flim Flam. I appreciate that. Wow, Bartholomew, I super needed you to succeed on that. And you. Alright, we scraped through that one with Grunson. As Durgrim turns the crank backwards to free his wrecked hand, Ariel's arm elongates to twice its normal length, slashing at Commander Stonemaw. But Grunson tackles the assassin, who transforms into a grizzly bear and hurls him into a wall. The bear smashes through the back door, where a raging blizzard inexplicably waits. Yeah, everyone's getting banged up out of this. We're not coming out of this lightly. Stay close, friends, Commander Stonemaw cautions as they step through the doorway into the raging winter storm and kill anything that isn't us. With a crack, the snow buckles beneath their feet and breaks free of the mountain, sending the party crashing downward atop an avalanche. The tree, jump, Durgrim yells, leaping toward the lower branches of a massive oak tree that we've all failed to do anything with. Thank you, Grunson, for the heroic. The heroes safely clamber onto the branches and watch the avalanche tear down the mountain, gaining momentum as it goes. Okay, I think I'm ready to go home now, Bartholomew says, fighting to regain his breath. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. How are we supposed to stop her if she can control reality in here, Grunson says as they trudge through the snow toward a rustic cabin with smoke billowing out of the chimney. A fair question, Commander Snowmod yells over the howling winds, then casts a nervous glance around. The heroes enter the hunting cavern, the storm whipping at their backs as they slam the heavy door closed. Animal head trophies cover the walls, and Ariel sits by the roaring fireplace, enjoying a fine cognac. You still don't get it, do you? You're in my world, and I make the rules. Well, not this time, actually. We've made a few rules of our own here. Are we, though? Bartholomew says, because I'm pretty sure you're a tourist in the commander's dream. The smirk the commander summons forth a nightmarish collection of netherkin, like those she fought a decade ago, to tear apart the animated trophies. Well, that complicates things, Ariel sighs, bolting for a portal that appears in the far wall. With her control over the dream realm compromised, the circlet of the Dreamwalker is now visible on her head. Grab the circlet. Yeah, please, and let's take it home to the Mulligan. Except we kind of didn't. Durgrim bolts after Ariel, leaping for her as she vanishes through the portal. The assassin's upper body vanishes into the portal as she reaches through, snatching the circlet of the Dreamwalker from Ariel's head and throwing it back through the portal an instant before it snaps shut, cutting Durgrim in half. Durgrim's dead. Oh, dang. Wow. Wicked sorry, Durgrim. It was all a dream, Durgrim? The dream world shimmers and fades away, and the heroes find themselves once again in the FCU meditation chamber. Well, that was a dream to remember, Commander Stonemaw cackles. Bring my friends here one of the good loot chests. They've earned it. Except Durgrim. Ma'am? Miss? Commander? What? Do you have any sort of corpse disposal at your facility? Because I'm not hauling him back to the Mulligan. Well, I guess we're hauling Durgrim's corpse back anyway. A finely dressed man with an ogre bodyguard. Grunson apparently owes this guy some money. Grunson, can you just deal with this? Thank you. Although he recalls the loan, Grunson convincingly pretends he's never met the man before. Okay, I'm wicked sorry, Durgrim. I mean, you weren't my favorite. You were just sort of there. I was kind of neutral about you, but you did your job, sometimes. Actually, if you'd done your job properly, you wouldn't be dead. At a roadside stand, a huckster has a 3-card Monty set up. Find the queen and win a prize. Flim Flam found the queen. Yay! Oh, we've got a level in illusion from Grunson. Nice. Focusing intently, Grunson noticed a visual anomaly as the scammer slides the cards around on the table. She's using illusions to dupe people. Keen-eyed barbarian spots the queen to win a prize. Well, Durgrim may be gone, but we did get an epic loot chest out of that. A silver saber. Ooh, that could be fun. And more money for everyone, because Durgrim is deceased. Well, back with the Tinker's Hammer thing, as they head back towards the workshop, the Netherling on a string starts giggling in Murgle's pack. "What's so funny," she says, removing the toy for a packet, laughs louder and says, "Just thinking of those goblins hacking up Shiloh's body to make it fit in his fireplace." Yeah, Murgle is, really into arson, so I probably wouldn't go there, as the kids say these days. The scene in the Winterflame Workshop is total bedlam. The Netherlings, now fully free of the Toymaker's influence, have reverted to their murderous natural form. Their workstations have been transformed to manufacture miniature weapons and armor for their new army of living toys. "Should not have come back, friendses," Flustercap says from a lobby ledge, smiling wickedly while clutching a tiny dagger. Oh, it's just the cutest, tiny, itsy-bitsy dagger. I noticed Durgrim's dead thing is still here, too. That's not you, Ursel. You did fine. I think you did fine. I mean, it says excellent. I can't see what your number is, but apparently we've done what we needed to do. "Remember when we saved you from the abominable snow ape?" Brainthorn says. "Oh yeah, that was a while ago." The little imp blinks rapidly in response as if awakening. Flustercap has the heroes hide in a bin full of toys that it wheels across the room. A Netherling hops over to inspect the cargo, then a second. "Run, friendses!" Flustercap yells, pushing the bin forward and turning to attack the pursuing horde. Little critter is torn apart, covering their escape. Well, this has just gone all dark today. Durgrim's dead, our little Netherling is dead, everybody's dead. But Bengar's going to get his time to shine. With Netherlings scratching at the door behind them, the heroes barricade the exit. "That was close," Murgle says, summoning 4 globes of light that spread out to illuminate the room. It's an assembly area for hundreds of stuffed animals, which all turn their patting stuffed heads to look at the new arrivals. This seems like a really good opportunity for fire, Murgle. This seems like exactly the sort of time you'd want to set fire to everything, but don't worry, Bengar's dealt with it. "Oh, come on," Murgle yells, swatting aside one murderous teddy bear after another. "I always hated this holiday." Short while later, the heroes wade through knee-deep stuffing on their way to the Toymaker's office. Row after row of toy soldiers, each a foot tall, stand at attention in the hallway leading to the offices. Upon seeing the heroes, the toy commander raises his tiny sword and yells, "Charge!" Oh, Bengar. Thank you, Bengar. "Net!" Ursel yells, pulling Murgle clear just as a large weighted net drops from above. The toys ambush foiled. Party demolishes their pint-size attackers. Remember, none of this is the Toymaker's fault, so try not to hurt him. We just need to get the hammer from him, and hopefully this will be all over. As they approach the office door, dozens of Netherlings pour into the hall from around the corner. The heroes run for the office. Thank you, Bengar. And what did we do here? "I'm so sorry," Branthorm says, decking the kindly old Toymaker and laying him flat, while Murgle struggles to hold the door shut against the Netherling horde. The assassin grabs the Mad Tinker's hammer and destroys it with the enchanted gem provided by Ignatius. Immediately the spell is broken. Deeply embarrassed, Wilbur calls off the Netherlings and regains control of the rogue toys. Winter's Crest is saved. But, of course, we can't get out of there without more elves in the trees. There's always elves in the trees in this town. Murgle lets her weapon do the talking. A bloodied elf staggers back, suddenly regretting the choice to attack this group. Yeah, go tell your friends, man. Go tell your friends. You do this every single day. You get up in some trees and you shoot at us, and then Bengar comes along and your plans are foiled. A large crack splits the road ahead, creating a gap 10 feet across. Branthorm cackles and breaks into a sprint. Branthorm, again, we've discussed this. You failed the first time, and we did the whole thing about you being a dwarf and long-distance jumping, not really your thing. But here we are again. I mean, you did technically do it in your own small, hairy way. Oh, Branthorm. Their commander dead, a group of young soldiers squabble over whether to continue fighting or retreat. We broadly don't care. We kind of run our own crew here, so... Oh, but Ursel gained a level in leadership. Nicely done, Ursel. We need you in the field, Ursel explains to the soldiers. Together, we're all making this up as we go, but sometimes that's what you gotta do. Pick a leader and get back to the fight. If you hurry, we'll even save you a couple of bugs. Oh, are we fighting again? Is it more insects? It's always more insects around here. No, outside a country manor, the party sees a strange chalk symbols on the fence. Is it a railroad sign? Is there a cache near here? Branthorm recognized the symbols as codes some travelers use. The symbols warn everyone to stay away as the lord of the manor is inclined to whip passers-by for sport. Is that not illegal in this town? Can you just do that? Now we're going to camp overnight because weather. We're steps from the Mulligan. And last one, scene of the crime. That's the place, Cranston says as they approach Wilhelmina's chicken coop. Do you think his body being left there was some sort of message? Yeah, it was a message about chickens, I guess. Elaine. Oh, I do not have the team for this. Oh, thank God. Well done, Cranston. Spaghetti and meatballs. For investigating the death of the tavern chef Hans during our crossover Eve event, you've been luck to... Anyway, I got new food. There was a lot of words there, and the order was not working out so well for me. We've got some new food. Half buried in the mud where the body was found, Cranston discovers a large wedding band. What do you bet this belongs to the butcher, he says. The heroes present the ring and the letter to the city guard. Gorn Fleshcleaver is arrested for murder. I don't really feel like that's the end of it. I think we've probably had the wrong man incarcerated, or whatever he was. No one is better at sitting in my seat. You're so right, Elaine. Well, I'm going to put General back into the infirmary, and weirdly, if I so chose to do, I can put Durgrim in the infirmary. He's dead. He's clearly dead. Or is he just dying? I'm going to check him in and, I don't know, see what happens. I guess Durgrim didn't technically die, he's just dying. Alright, well, good luck with that, Durgrim. I hope the whole dying thing, I guess, doesn't work out for you. That's what I'm going for. I was very confident you were dead, but apparently you are not, so welcome back to the Mulligan. That is probably an excellent place to call it on Epic Tavern for today. And here is what we are going to do. We're going to do one more Epic Tavern after this, and then whatever we get done next time in Epic Tavern, that's going to do it. We're going to wrap up Epic Tavern with one more episode. Ideally, I'd like to finish off the Fantastical Crimes Unit 1 if we could. That would be nice. I'd kind of like to see the end of that. But if not, whatever we get done is what we get done. So we'll come back to some more Epic Tavern next time. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. Oh, yeah, I like that. It kind of looks like Andy Warhol came in here and threw up. Robot, how do we rescue you? I don't know how to rescue you. I'm also not sure I ever knew you were a woman. Excuse you? Excuse you? You were literally in a cubicle, but you felt the need to pee on the floor.